Hey! The last digit of your like on this video by each who you are from Melon Playground, and the last digit of your subscription to my channel will show your Melon Playground item. So go down right now, subscribe and give me a like. Look at the screen. Notice the last digit of your like and your subscription and write in the comments who you are from Melon Playground. It's simple, if your like is number 8 and the last digit of your subscription is number 5, you're a lemon and a cactus. Show your imagination and enjoy the show. And hello everyone, dear friend. In this video, I'm going to show you and tell you about the new syringes in Melon Playground. Before I start the video, as always, I want to say a huge thank you to these guys over here for making it into my video. And if you want to be in the next video, it's pretty simple as always. You need to subscribe to the channel, put a like, write your top comment. Well, and don't forget to subscribe to the card link as always in the description. Anyway, I won't take up your time and have a nice viewing. And I'm going to talk about all the syringes that I've prepared for you. I've actually quite cool and interesting material for you. Despite the fact that these are concepts, I think you will be interested. And let's start with the most interesting and go in ascending order. As far as I'm concerned, the most uninteresting syringe today, well, enough glue, it's still magnetism. So, what do we have with the syringe? Magnetism. The magnetism syringe looks like this in red and blue colors. When you put this syringe in, all iron objects are attracted to the melon and therefore can kill it. So it's quite simply an interesting property that this syringe can give us. And I think it would be very interesting if the developers of Melon Playground would add this syringe to the game just like this. It should roughly look like this, maybe modify it a little bit. In fact, the texture is quite ordinary, but still quite interesting, I think. Will be interesting enough to see this syringe in the game. What do you think about it? Write in the comments. But I think it's really interesting. Well, the next syringe I'd like to show you is the explosion syringe. It's a pretty interesting texture you can come up with. I did something like this. You can make it so that the fire is kind of interrupted within itself. I don't know how else to tell you guys about it. How do you get my point across so that it's kind of constantly moving inside the syringe? I think that would be interesting. And what's the point of this syringe? When you put it into a melon, then, consequently, after a while it either ignites or just plain explodes. You can add an Edith parameter button for this syringe to set the time or the power of the syringe at which it will explode. And so imagine, you put the syringe in, and after a while it explodes by itself. I mean, like, I don't know, a traitor amongst other millions. I think you could do a lot of interesting content with this syringe. I mean, it really deserves attention. And if the developers paid attention to it, to my video, and added just this idea to the game, I think they wouldn't lose anything from it. And basically, very interesting as a concept syringe. Write your opinion in the comments, whether you like it. And the next syringe is the Madness syringe. Look at how beautiful it looks. I've tried to make it as nonsense color and color scheme as possible for this syringe to live up to its name. What is the point basically of this syringe? When you put it into a melon, that's when he just starts to just rage frantically, possibly attacking other melons. Just arbitrary movement to reproduce with his body, in general, just gets really crazy. And, in general, that's the thing about the syringe itself, it's short enough and the name, and basically a short meaning for this syringe. But still, I think it would be very interesting if the developers added it to the game. Here is realistically you inject this craziness and he starts to just get delirious and he starts attacking others. Starts just running or standing still or falling down or sleeping, I don't know. Anyway, it was just a really crazy person we got at Melon Playground. And I think realistically it would be interesting if they added him to the game. Write your opinion in the comments. And the next syringe is actually, in my opinion, the most uninteresting syringe that I have come up with today. But in principle, if we have such an opportunity already, in principle, such a natural phenomenon exists, why not add a syringe? Yes, just a syringe called ice. Yes, everything is banal and simple. It is made in its own shades, that is bluish, with some bluish particles. I don't know, floating that syringe just freezes our melon. But the trick is different. You could add a parameter for this syringe to start freezing at a certain time. That is, to set the value and force and the principle of freezing. Let's say you set the time to a minute and the strength of freezing to 100, and then you have a minute later our melon is maximally frozen to 100%. Well, this is about the understanding I have of this syringe. I think it would be in principle interesting and would not be superfluous as an added item. Why not? Write your opinion in the comments. Would you like the idea of it being added or not? The next syringe is quite topical and thematic. You could add a syringe of light. You're gonna think I'm some kind of fool for coming up with weird ideas. But hear me out. When this syringe is injected, the melon starts glowing in the dark, just maybe in different colors, I don't know. Or could these colors be set when inserting the syringe, like the Edith parameters on my other ideas? Just, let's say you inject a syringe and press it, it starts glowing in the dark. I think it would be interesting to actually make it visible in the dark. And in principle, for some kind of movie or construction it would be quite relevant. The meaning and idea of this syringe is quite simple, so let's go straight to the next syringe. This next shot is called the fragility shot. The title, of course, I have an original one today, but I think you'll like it. In general, the essence of this syringe is that in the vision of this syringe our melon becomes maximally, let's say, plastic and fragile. I mean, let's say our bones start to look like cookies. Really, and at any push, our melon starts to break, to fall. And I don't know, it's really just as fragile as possible, and it's possible to disintegrate into some particles, and it just takes strange poses on the map. Plus it's turning gray. I don't know why, I just thought it would be interesting. Anyway, here's a spritz of fragility like this. I think you'll enjoy it. I don't know how popular this syringe will be if they suddenly add it to the game. But in principle, why not? I think just as an original idea, then it's fine to add it to the game. Well, and the last spritz for today. And, to me, the most interesting one, because, in principle, it would be interesting if they added such an element. But so far, that element doesn't exist. I think it would be interesting if they added that element and added a syringe to that. And this syringe of electricity sounds a bit obscure, but now I'll explain how this syringe works. When injecting this syringe, there will be interesting particles like you have on your screen. So, it will really feel like it's a syringe, electricity, and it will be immediately clear what it is. And basically, the gist of it is that voltage will start to build up in the melon, it will start to spark and therefore will be dangerous to other melons. Also, the color of the melons will change to a bluish blue. Perhaps, one might add, there will be sounds to this. Let's say that when the melon walks, it will make a thundering sound. Also, write in the comments which syringe idea you like the most. I'll be interested in your opinion. And that concludes my video. Thank you for watching and good luck to everyone. Bye bye. And remember, buddy, as always, I'll see you the other day.